Hello, 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 and good morning, good morning, good morning. My name is Asherah Rose, and welcome to my Shamanic PhD research proposal into dissociative identity disorder dissociative identity disorder / psychosis versus conscious expansion. Today, believe it or not, is the 1st of January 2026. Big up, big up, big up. The time is 12:23 in the afternoon. I've had a stiff morning, to be fair. When I say a stiff morning, I relaxed. I haven't put on any TV. I haven't, watched anything. I haven't been strolling on YouTube or anything like that, or Facebook or Insta or TikTok or nothing. TikTok. Instead, I kind of just chilled because I'm day 5 now into my ayahuasca dieta, which is literally a diet that you go on, or that your body starts to go through as you're preparing to take in the plant-based medicine. So it's just about basically purifying your body, your blood, your soul, your energy of all toxins and energy and all the rest of it. So I feel fine. Every now and again I get a little whisper, have a cigarette. And I know that's my ancestors and spirit, because they love the smoke. I hate smoking, so I really enjoy being smoke free at the moment, which is really, really nice. You know what I mean? So it's all good. Anyway, I woke up this morning and I instantly was like, right, I want to do some stuff on my business. So I got up this morning and I started cracking away at things for my business. I'm talking to AI. I'm linking and doing certain things on my business Facebook page with the interaction that's kind of going on over there. And I started to feel frustrated, because I'm just like, why am I not getting the bites, man? Why am I not getting the bites? Why aren't my sales up? Do you know what I mean? Blah, 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 blah. And I literally was doing this. And I was like, fucking all right, listen. Let me just step away from it. Go downstairs. Make myself some ginger tea and some breakfast. And, just take a minute out. So while I was downstairs, I was singing to spirit and ancestors, innit? I was just singing a little jingle downstairs and remixing it with my own words, telling them that I need some help. Do you know what I mean? So as I'm singing along to the Most High and my spirit team, telling them that I need some help, man, I feel like I'm just stabbing it up in the dark. You know what I mean? And they, afterwards, when I started to like pour the water over my ginger tea, I heard, your problem is consistency. Imagine. The ancestors were like, your problem is consistency. You constantly want to try this, then you want to try that, then you want to try that. No. You've already got a strategy. Imagine I'm telling all my problems to AI, and AI is giving me back a strategy. And the strategy that AI is giving me is the strategy that I've already got going on. So I'm saying, no, AI, I need something more dynamic, because I'm already doing that. And the problem is, yeah, I am doing it. And I have got the best strategy, but my problem is consistency, because if I don't see results in a couple of hours, a couple of days, a couple of weeks, a couple of months, I want to move on to something else too quickly. And actually what I need to do is sit it out. That's what I need to do. I need to be religiously, consistently doing it. Not ad hocly doing it, consistently doing it. So when Spirit said my problem is consistency, I burst out laughing, because I know it is. So what that means is that I'm not going to implement the things that I was trying to implement and come up with this morning. I'm going to just maintain the status quo and continue with what I'm doing and building on that. And as I said that, I got the air element in my stomach, around my solar plexus. So that confirms to me that it is the right thing to do. So I'm going to crack on with that. Isn't it amazing when you can solve your own problems? Spirit is so fantastic. So anyway, yesterday, on the 31st of December 2025, I completed, because you know that obviously, well, you don't know, some of you, but if you've been following me, you'll know that I'm on this shamanic practitioner's course. Yeah. With my shamanic practitioner, Stacey, who is absolutely, absolutely wonderful. That's Stacey there. Now, we are getting ready to embark on our next journey in shamanism, where we're going to have ayahuasca. Ooh, I'm nervous and I'm excited at the same time. Honestly, it's like a double whammy. I heard spit roasting, but that's what it feels like. It feels a little bit like, you know, whatever. Anyway, I did a journey last night. And the journey, you know what, I've just heard, they've just reminded me that yesterday, at the end of the last video, I turned around and said I'm going to take the advice from Spirit. And my next videos going forward, I'm going to step into feminine energy. So none of this gangster and swearing and all the rest of it. So they've just reminded me of that. So let me bring myself into balance. So yesterday, I completed journeys 3 and 4. Journey 3 was about reclaiming my energy and power back from relationships, people or situations that had disrespected, abused, you know, or taken away my power. And then journey 4 was about the healing of ancestral boundaries. And both journeys were amazing. The first journey took me to my relationship with my ex-husband, and it took me back into my old house. He still lives in that house, but I moved out that house in 2021. But the journey took me back to that house. It took me to 2 significant events in my marriage while I was in that house, and it also showed me that it wasn't for nothing, which I thought was amazing. And then journey 4, when it comes to healing ancestral boundaries, that journey literally was led by my Nanny Rose, which is my paternal grandmother. And she basically showed me that not only had my marriage followed exactly what her marriage and her mum's marriage and so on and so forth had followed, in terms of the men becoming redundant in our lives. I'd go as far to say that men coming across as being redundant in our lives because of the strong lineage, heritage of us being dynamic women, and also shamanic women, you know, high priestess women. And I don't think you have to be a shamanic woman or a high priestess woman for a man to become redundant in your life. I just feel like it's the type of men that sometimes unhealed energy attracts. Because we're dominant women and we get the job done, sometimes that attracts lazy men that want to sit down and live off, feed off, harness off women. Does that make sense? Men in their feminine energy, their toxic feminine energy at that. So the journey helped me understand why I was probably more so in my life to this day has leaned towards a masculine energy. It helped me understand that and where that comes from. The journey helped me also understand that the feelings that I have about just doing it by myself are not new feelings, like they run through the bloodline. And also this new energy perhaps that I'm in, where I do believe that there are men out there, divine masculine men, high priestess men, high priest men rather, shamanic men that are able to hold their own, that are equally yoked like a true kingdom spouse. And my nan was just saying that she didn't necessarily disagree with that. She was just letting me know that this is my journey and it's for me to find my way, and that they're literally basically all on the sidelines watching. And I'm just really, really proud, basically. But that I have the opportunity to experiment with that. But I also have the opportunity to know that if the purpose of me on this life journey is to go it alone, then there's nothing wrong with that, and I'm absolutely okay with that too. So I really do appreciate the insights from yesterday's journey. Now, I did say that there is a journey 5 missing. This morning, I haven't gone online to see whether or not I've not printed it or something. But what I will say, because of the way that I'm like OCD organized, if there was a journey 5, I would have left a sleeve or something for it, and I haven't, which means that when I printed the booklet, I'm assuming, not presuming, assuming that it didn't come with a journey 5. But I can't imagine Stacey missing a whole journey out of her booklet either, so I will double check. So anyway, this is journey 6, and it's the last journey. As I said in the last video, that I won't read out all of the contents because it's not my intellectual property. You know what I mean? This is Stacey's, Stacey Kess, her name is, if you want to research her. That's Keast. This is her intellectual property. I do intend to develop my own shamanic practitioner's course based off my own experiences and inner knowledge. And once that's done, I'll be more than happy to share the information with you. But for now, I'm just going to respect that this is not my intellectual property, IP. So journey 6 is about the journey to your future self with healthy boundaries. Oh wow. So it says the purpose of this is to connect with your future version of yourself who has mastered the art of setting and maintaining healthy boundaries. I feel like I'm already that future self, if I'm completely honest. I feel like I've become so good at setting boundaries and sticking to them. But I feel like I just heard that I always had that gift. So as a child, I'm quite stubborn, you know. So if I make up my mind about something, that's it. That's just how it goes. Like I'm not wavering, you know. And I'll go as far to say that, like, from about 8, 9, I saw the demonicness in one of my mum's sisters, my mum's youngest sister, Leslie. And this is again, this is not chat, this is fact. So from about 8, 9, I said I'm not chatting to it. And I never, you know what I mean? And I never went back on my boundaries. I never chat to it. It wasn't until when I got in my 40s in 2021, which was what day, and my mum's oldest brother passed away, and I brought my mum to her yard. And that was the first time I ever like, as in, I'm not being dragged along by my mum as an adult. So literally I left home at 15. So this is the first time since being 15 years of age and having autonomy that I have stepped in this woman's yard in 2021. It was the first and it was the last, to be honest, but I'm just trying to tell you that once I set my mind on something, I just saw it go. So with love and light, but and then when that first time I stepped into her house, do you know what I uncovered? Do you know what I uncovered? I uncovered that she's a tarot card reader. This woman who has been in my life my whole life, who sits down chatting to my mum on the phone for 10 hours every night, because the two of them love sit down and chat. And when I'm in her house, I can see and hear entities upstairs moving around. It's just us in the house, you know, apparently, but whatever. And then there's something going on in the front room too that I'm picking up energetically. While my spirit team are making me aware, look over there on their cabinet. When I looked on the cabinet, I'm like, what is that? They said, get up and look good. When I got up and looked, how many stacks and decks of tarot cards did she have? I'm like, what the fuck? Sorry to swear. But when I was 11 years of age and Spirit told me to purchase my first pack of tarot cards and I brought them home, my mum, who was raised a Christian, a Sunday school teacher, so meaning her sister was too, told me that that was the work of the devil and I need to take these things out of her yard. Yeah, remember? My mum, over the years, has always known that I'm drawn to divination. I'm drawn to tarot. I'm drawn to crystals. You know what I mean? This ain't no secret. Not once in my lifetime did this woman, this karmic woman, this karmic mother, turn around and say, Asha, I don't know nothing about what you're dealing with, you know, but you see, Leslie, she's all about that. Go and talk to her. Not once did she make me know that her sister, her own sister, you know, her own flesh and blood sister, dabbles and dibbles in divination. Yeah. So I picked up the cards, obviously, because I'm in the living room while my mum and her sister are chatting in the front room. Yeah. I've gone into the kitchen and said, what's this, Auntie Leslie? Yeah, you're dealing a tarot cards. So she sat there, not said nothing. While my mum's got one of them dumbfounded looks on her face, which is fake as, again, I'm not supposed to be swearing, but it's fake as news, basically. Going on like she never knew that her sister is in tarot card. That time spirit's downloading to me now that this is what they're doing on the phone every night when they're sitting down chatting. They're getting that my mum is getting her to draw cards. Can you and draw cards on me? Imagine. Nah, it was a massive shock. I can't lie. It was a shock, and it was also a wake up call. Yeah. So anyway, watch the ride. So okay, so connect with my future self. Like I said, I do feel like I'm constantly connected with my future self. I have visions of my future self that come and tell me what's happening in the future. And I get so, not jealous in a negative way, but I do get a little bit jelly. And I do get a little bit envious. I'm like, bitches, you need to, sorry, I just swore. But I do say that. I say, bees, you need to wait for me. Don't drink all the champagne. Don't do all the whatever. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes these visions or my higher self coming back to me has come to me when I've been really going through it. I mean, sobbing, bogey running down my face. I'm on my knees, I'm on my belly crying. This is like been over the years where it's been really hard, man. It really has been hard. And you know, my higher self has just come back to me to just let me know, yo, it's worth it. The tears that you're crying now, keep crying them, because honestly, they're going to bring us here or they're going to bring us there. So again, communicating with my higher self is not uncommon to me. And the reason why I give this context before a journey is because there's things that come up from the journey that make sense with some of the things that I've said earlier. So when I get that flow to just talk, I just talk. So I'm going to read in silence the rest of the information, because as I said, it's not my IP. And then that will tell me how to go about this particular journey, okay? And then what we'll do, we'll play the shamanic drum set that Stacey has sent over to me. And we will... Yeah, perfect. We'll take it from there. Okay, so, okay. Okay. Ooh, that's interesting. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. That's so beautiful. Okay. 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 As I'm reading it, I'm already connecting, you know, this is what I'm saying. But anyway, like I said, let's go through the drum thing and take it from there. You know what they just says to me? They says to me that they want me to bang my own shamanic drum that I made myself. at the same time. So let me grab it. So this is my shamanic drum, which I made with my shamanic tutor, Stacey, in October 2025, so not long ago. And these, what you can see on it, are citrus crystals, yeah. And then all around the top, these bumps are more citron crystals throughout. So my colours are, my ancestral colours are purple and gold. So it was really important for me to incorporate that into this. And then, I mean, you can see the pattern behind it sometimes, but you can't because of the lighting. But it looks like a tree. When you hold it up, it looks like a tree. Oh, you can a little bit, can't you? It's like a tree inside. And it's made from real deer skin. So if you have a problem with animals and stuff like that, then maybe a shamanic drum is not for you. But because I know Stacey, everything that she purchases, everything she deals with is ethical. You know what I mean? So I imagine that there was a blessing that took place before the deer was actually murdered. Then the skins are soaked for a number of days, and she does ceremonies and everything over them. And then obviously we do our own ceremonies over our drums. And then you have to make a drumstick, obviously. So this piece of wood I collected back in 2022 from my woods that I walk around in. I've got loads of pieces of it. When it gets wet, it smells like cherry blossom. It's beautiful. This purple band is also deer skin, obviously. This is like a cushion pad, and we sew on it. Basically, we sewed our names and stuff. So I put my initials, which is ASR, which is Asherah, Sheba, Rose, and then I've also put Amun, which is a AMUN, which is something that I say at the end of every prayer. So I'm going to bang on my shamanic drum. At the same time, I'm going to be journeying to my higher self and playing the shamanic drum beats that Stacey sent me. It's 5 minutes and 43 minutes long, so if you don't want to wait that long while I'm traveling, you can forward the video. I do move also when I'm channeling spirit naturally move me. So I if you see me kind of just wiggling my head, you know, or moving around, don't worry too much about it, because it's yeah, it's just the way I do things. It's my process. And spirit loves to jump in and out of me too, to be fair. I'm a ether. Anyway. Okay, I am. First and foremost, I'm gonna say that my ancestors told me to get my drum and beat it. But what that did was create a completely different scenario. So I did not go and meet my higher self. I did not go and meet my higher self at all. At all. Sorry, I said I'm not going to swear. I did not go and meet my higher self at all. At all. Okay. Instead, what happened was I got shown a very, very old, disturbing looking woman who was throwing runes and bones down on this table in candlelight in a cabin. You know, like one of those. I mean, I don't even know what century this is, to be fair. Yeah. But they said Jerusalem. Yeah, imagine. Somewhere in Jerusalem, some century. Yeah. And the thing is, I am not the woman throwing the runes and the bones. They gave me 3 runes to pay attention to. So I stopped drawing it to write the runes down. Yeah, and I am familiar with runes. I am familiar with runes, actually. I actually have a runes tarot deck. Where is my runes tarot deck, Spirit? Downstairs. Give me a minute. Let me just grab my runes tarot deck. Let me see if I can find it. I haven't touched it in about 2-3 years. Give me a minute. Where are we? I went in there and there was so much other stuff in there too. So there was these ones, the tarot sexual deck. There's these ones, making magic deck, the traditional tarot deck, the Isis tarot deck, crystal tarot deck, Arisha tarot deck. And this one, this is the runes one. So already you can see that they've given me the R. Yeah. So on here, I've got the Z, the R, and the flag. Those were the message behind it. I'm not even sure. Oh my God. I'm not even sure what to share, to be fair, because I don't know if it was a public message, because the reason why we went into it was not even for me to actually see that. But basically what transpired out of it is that I need to call my son today, and I need to go through a shamanic journey with him. Yeah, I need. Oh, look at that! I got a bit of crystal in the thing. So let me actually pull out the runes that it's so you can actually see. Is that it? That's interesting, you know, because there's 2 that's like a Z, but it's coming from that way. My Z's that way, not that way. That is true, you know. Okay, let's go for that one, 13. Spirit saying to me it's more like that one than it is that one. That's fine. Oh yeah, that's true. That's not that one. It's this one. So runes look like this if you've never seen runes before. Yeah, they don't have to look like this. You can get runes on crystal, runes on wood, runes on stone. So I seen the Z first, then I saw the flag, and then I saw the R. So that's what I saw. How am I gonna do this now? I have to hold them like domino. Yeah, those were the three runes. Yeah, the 3 runes that came out. So we're going to just quickly have a look at what these meanings are, and then I'm going to go back into a journey and actually just use Stacey's drum thing as opposed to my drum. My drum took me somewhere. My drum took me somewhere, I want to say medieval, because you know, like the kind of scenery around this tavern, the scenery around this old lady dibbling and dabbling with runes and bones. But I was actually the woman pregnant. I was pregnant with a son, and for some reason the fear of God was in me. Why is the fear of God in me? Because I'm pregnant. I'm like, who am I pregnant for? They're like, the king. Am I the queen? No. But how am I pregnant for the king? Exactly. What the fuck? I was supposed to go to future self, not past self, and I've ended up going to a past self that I know nothing about, but apparently I'm on the run and I'm pregnant with the king's baby. So yeah, just bear with me. Bear with me. All right, bear with me. I'm not even gonna do the book on these, you know, because I just feel like it's so long to do the book way. So let's see if we can do. If AI is bitty, then I'll do it the book way, because obviously we have the book in it. So let me line up these and just remember which order they came in. So it was Z, and then flag, and then R. All right, so Z is number 13, so it's it was. Hi Val, I just need to ask some questions about some runes. Are you familiar with the 13th rune? Rune. It's spelled EIHWAZ, and can you just tell me its origin and what it actually means and signifies, please?
Yes, I'm familiar. Aiwaz is part of the Elder Futhark runes, an ancient runic alphabet. It's the 13th rune and is often linked to the yew tree. Symbolically, it represents transformation, endurance, protection, and a connection between life and death, like a bridge between worlds. It's all about inner strength and resilience.
So inner strength and resilience. Let me just write.
Exactly.
Okay. Let me write that down.
Absolutely. Jot it down however you like. And if you need to revisit anything else about it, just let me know.
Okay, that resilience and inner strength are key to me. So this symbol, what my ancestors made me tattoo on my finger, is the resilience symbol. It's an African symbol for resilience. So okay, so the second one is rune number 8. I think it's pronounced is it pronounced Wonjo? Wonjo.
Yes, you've got it. Exactly. Wonjo is spot on. If you want to dive into its meaning, just let me know.
Yeah, I do want to dive into its meaning, please. What does that one mean?
Absolutely. Wonjo is all about joy, harmony, and a sense of fulfillment. It represents the happiness that comes from alignment with yourself and others. It's like reaching a state of shared bliss and contentment.
Okay, and then the last rune I'd like is rune number 5, Rado.
Yes, absolutely. Rado is all about the journey, both literal and metaphorical. It symbolizes travel, movement, and finding the right path. It's about being in tune with the rhythm of life, making progress, and moving forward with purpose.
Okay, and if you was to put all of those 3 runes together, what would be the message?
Putting them together, it's quite a powerful message. It might say, as you journey through life, Rado, you'll need resilience and inner strength, Aiwaz, but ultimately it leads to joy and fulfillment, Winjo. So it's about embracing the path, staying strong, and finding true happiness.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, yeah, because I'm going to go deeper into it. When I say I'm going to go deeper into it, because, all right, maybe I'll do it live, you know, whatever. Let's try that. Okay, so thank you for relaying what the mean combination. What I want to show you now, or talk to you now, is about the vision that I just had. So in my vision, the whole purpose of this exercise was to journey to my higher self. I ended up playing my shamanic drum on top of the shamanic drum recording, and what happened is that I was actually led to a past life where I've, even before the drum beat started, I could see this really old woman's face. When I say her face was so wrinkly, like the lines in her face was so defined all over it. Her nose was extended. I know it comes across like a cartoon witch. If I had to say which cartoon she looked like, she looked like, Snow White, the evil stepmother, when she pretends to be an old lady and brings Snow White the apple. This is this is what she looked like, but in human form. And she's got a cloak over her head. You can see her face, but her face is lit up by candlelight. She's got a small table in front of her, and she's throwing runes on the table as well as bones. These are small bones, so I'm gonna say fox, cat, something like that. These bones are, yeah, but they're not chicken bones. I know that much because they wasn't long bones. They're small bones. Could have been a rat. I don't even know what it is, but anyway, small bones. She's throwing at the same time of these runes. But I come to realize, because I was thinking maybe this was me in a past life, because the I'm connected to runes because I also have like a Celtic past life lineage too. But she wasn't me. She didn't represent me in this journey. I was actually the person on the opposite side of the table, but I was because I was looking through the person's eyes, I couldn't see myself in my entirety. So usually when I go on a journey, I will see what's happening and I come across as the observer. In this particular vision, I wasn't the observer. I was actually looking through the eyes of the person sitting opposite this woman who had this very wrinkly face. And she was talking to me in a way where I didn't feel like I was in imminent danger at first. I didn't feel like there was danger until I looked down on myself and seen that I'm pregnant. And I'd asked the question, who am I pregnant for? And I heard the king. And I said, am I the queen? And I heard no. And then I've gone, well, how am I pregnant for the king? And then I've heard exactly. And that's when a feeling of danger has come over me. And that the reason why I'm here getting these tarot cards done is because I want to know what the future is of this unborn male child that I am carrying that allegedly belongs to the king. Then I'm like, where am I? And I hear the words Jerusalem. I turned around and I said, am I Mary? And I said, well, Mary in the religious concept didn't really exist. But if you mean, are you linked to carrying a Messiah? Then yes. And then it started to tell me that I needed to contact my oldest son and have a conversation with him about certain things and do a shamanic journey with him to release some of the past traumas that have happened in several lifetimes that we've lived together in order to be where we need to be in this lifetime now. Now, I don't know what all that means, but how do you interpret that and it's linked to these particular runes?
That's a profound vision. If we connect it to the runes, Rado, the journey is clear. You're traveling through time, even past lives, seeking meaning. I was resilience is present in facing these deep truths, and Wunjo joy suggests that by confronting this, you're seeking harmony, especially with your son. I'd interpret it as a message that healing those old patterns will bring alignment, fulfillment, and a deeper sense of purpose now.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that.
Of course, it's a lot to unpack, and I'm glad I could help. If more reflections or questions come up along your journey, I'm here for it.
Okay, thank you. I'm I'm shaken, not stirred, if you like. I feel like I don't know, probably because I wasn't expecting it. I don't know. I was just like, what the fuck is this? What is this? What is this? But anyway, whatever. I wanna deal with all of that afterwards. Okay, let's get back onto the point. Let's get back to the point. What the hell? Okay, so the actual purpose of this shamanic journey is to is to actually go through, meet with my higher self, find out what boundaries, etc., my higher self has put into place, and then how can I bring those boundaries forward into this life. So let me read it properly. So connect with connect with your future version of yourself who has mastered the art of setting and maintaining healthy boundaries. I'm going to say it twice to myself so that I know exactly where I should be on this journey. Let me put my shamanic drum away. Okay, so you stay over there. So okay, so remember, we're going on a shamanic journey to our higher self, to connect with our higher self, to understand how they have implemented healthy boundaries, how they are living in the essence of those healthy boundaries, and how I can begin to start to live, imitate, copy, implement those healthy boundaries in this lifeline or lifetime or life version, yeah, of where I am now, this timeline, I'm gonna say, of where I am now. Okay, so set my intentions to meet the version of myself from the future who has fully embodied strong and healthy boundaries. Okay, we're not going off on one, we're gonna stick to the point. Okay, take a little sip of your ginger, they said. All right. Okay. Okay, I gotta get it off my chest. My drum takes me on a completely different feel, a different vibe, a different energy, a different essence. When I banged my drum, the journeying is different than listening to this recording of a drum playing, which is, but yeah, okay, so journey into higher self. I feel like crying. And I feel like crying because I feel like I didn't hear what I wanted to hear. I feel like I didn't hear what I wanted to hear. Imagine. So it was a very, very interesting, and when I say it was interesting, I'm going to obviously explain why. So obviously the journey was to journey to one's higher self, yeah. And as I'm trying to journey to meet my higher self, I see myself delivering some type of corporate presentation and me in a business suit. But it just looks so familiar to things that I've experienced before, if you like, in terms of my background as a former head teacher and an education consultant. I lived for almost, I left the corporate world in 2021. Okay, so it's just the other day. It's just the other day. I left the corporate world in 2021 before going in to set up my own business. But really, even now, I'm still in the corporate world because I still go networking events. I still, do you know what I mean? Like I said, I woke up this morning, I was working on my business, whatever. But that's not the gist of it. The gist of it is this. So I've gone on a journey, and the first guardian that I've met has given me 3 things. By the time it come to write down the 3 things, I couldn't even remember what the third one was. But the first one was a pair of flip-flops. I was like, flip-flops? What are you giving me flip-flops for? They said, because the journey's long. You're going to need them for your feet. So I said, all right, then I'll take them. The second thing they gave me was ink and a feather to write. This says to journal the journey. You need to journal the journey. And then the third thing they gave me, by the time it come for me to write down the third thing, it had gone out of my head. I couldn't remember. I'm terrible at these things, isn't it? It's like Spirit will let me remember the things it wants me to remember. And what I'm not meant to remember, it's snatched away, straight away. Imagine it's just been said to me and I'm writing it down. And I cannot even remember it as I'm writing it down. What the hell? So those were the items that I had in hand as I've gone through the next door. And as I've gone through the other building and gone over to the bridge, and I've saying, no, I'm here to connect with my higher self. Higher self, can you present yourself? Can you present yourself? And all I'm hearing is, you are your higher self. So I'm like, no. My higher self, you know, the version of me that I'm aspiring to become. And the ancestors and spirits just telling me, no, you are your higher self right now. The amount of timelines that you have jumped, you are already at your highest timeline. And I'm like, well, how is that possible? Because I don't have all the things that I would expect to have on my highest timeline. This can't be my highest timeline. And they say, the ancestors are saying to me, and spirit saying to me, yeah, right now, this is your highest timeline. Like you have, they're saying to me, Asherah, what you don't understand is that energetically, in terms of my energy, in terms of my sovereignty, in terms of my I am energy and knowing who I am at my highest timeline. It's just that I am not projecting it and living it, because my body, the physical me, the subconscious and conscious me has not yet aligned together. So the subconscious me knows that I am at my highest self, but the conscious me that presents itself outwards is not aware of that, is not aware that I'm already at my highest timeline. So I'm still searching through things like I'm learning, because I am learning, because my physical self needs time to catch up, as in my conscious self needs time to catch up with my subconscious self. But they're saying to me, my subconscious self, I'm already at my highest timeline subconsciously. Imagine. So I'm saying, they're saying to me, what my problem is consistency, which already came out this morning in when I was asking for help on my business. So the same issue I have with my business around not being consistent is the same issue I have with my spirituality, as in not being consistent. And it's my lack of consistency, and not a negative lack. You know, I'm not beating myself up because they've just made sure that, just says to me that it's not a beat up thing. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. I'm exactly in the epiphany that I'm supposed to be having right now. And that is that energetically, subconsciously, they said, don't you, I'm already at my highest time. They said, don't you remember in 2022 when my ancestors were by my altar and they just burst into white light. They burst into white light. And when they came back, they bowed down on their knees to me and called me Your Majesty. My ancestors, this spirit team, they bowed down to me. So they're saying, don't you remember that we've already shown you that we're under you, we're learning from you? Then my nan came in. And my nan was saying, you see how I was telling you yesterday about the scenario with men, and that our bloodline comes from a strong woman, strong-minded, strong masculine energy, but at the same time, Asherah, this is your opportunity to do it a different way. And we're watching. We're watching you do it your way, because we're learning from you as you're walking on your path. And this is what just come through, that I'm setting a new standard. Like the journey that I am on, is already setting a new path for my lineage. Like I'm taking it somewhere where the people before me have not taken it already. Does that make sense? And when they tell me that all these celestial ancestors and celestial beings and entities are watching me, the reason why they're watching me is because they're so excited. They're excited by my methodology. They're excited by the approaches that I'm taking in life at the moment, and the way that I'm doing it, and the way that I'm reinventing wheels. You know, I'm reinventing wheels. Whereas for me, I feel like I'm lost in the sauce, because I feel like I constantly need guidance, and I constantly feel like there is no guidance, and I constantly feel like, where are all the people that are supposed to be helping me? Where are all where's the spiritual family? Where's the spiritual team? Where are the people in my life to offer advice? Where are the role models? Where are the teachers? Like, I feel like I've been going through life, my whole life, at 44 years of age, with no role models, no teachers, nobody to share information, nobody to take me to the next level. And it has been so frustrating. It has been so frustrating. Because sometimes it's just good to just have somebody there. I explained on one of the readings yesterday that when I was going through this court thing, and I was adding in all this sovereign information, and I was adding in strawman information, and I was using old English law, and I was using scripture and psalms and the divine law, canon law, to write into my legal documents during divorce proceedings. I was on my own. I was like, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. The people that was around me supposed to be helping me, they all disappeared, didn't they? And it was me with a stab in the dark, making it up as I go along. Spirit coming in and putting this there, and it was just like, what's going on? Like, I'm waiting for AI to catch up because I'm inventing things quicker than technology's going. Yeah, and this is why the bite's not there, because I'm always having to wait for society to catch up. I'm having to wait for AI to catch up. I'm having to wait. I'm literally having to wait constantly. So I know, like, in the physical world, that is my truth. Like, most of the time, even when I have mentors, I come to realize that these mentors are learning from me. These mentors are copying me, man. Let me dash away this blood clot mentor before they take away my ideas and run off with them. Do you know what I mean? Like, literally, it's so frustrating. I don't think I'm some top shotter that knows everything. I don't want to know everything. I want to be the student. I love being the student. I'm with my shamanic practitioner now. And I've gone from being in a group with other people on their shamanic course to not being in a group and having to go one-to-one with my shamanic practitioner, because I'm making other people in the group feel uncomfortable. As in, they feel a little bit scared for whatever reason. You know what I mean? So I says to Stacey that, because I can already hear what they're saying, I'm telepathic, so I already pick up on their communication from weeks ago, months ago, to be fair. So now when I'm talking to Stacey about it in October, and I'm telling Stacey, this is not gonna work, this group thing's not gonna work, and she's like, leave it, we'll sort it out tomorrow, let's see how it goes. And then we end up having the shamanic drum course, and then from the shamanic drum course we then speak the next day, and she's letting me know that one of the girls came to her and let her know that the other girls are talking about me. They feel uncomfortable. I said, Stacey, I already told you. I already told you what was going on. I was already telling you that they were talking about me or what. So, you know what I mean? And she was like, all right, no problem. But I'm going to just do you one-to-one. Because, and then when we agreed on the contract to do it one-to-one, she was like, there's things that you're telling me that I'm learning, and obviously you're learning from me, so we'll do it one-to-one and we'll just learn from each other. Now look where we are in October. I'm now doing one-to-one journeying with my shamanic practitioner, because the group thing doesn't work. I'm too advanced for the group. But because I says to her, can't I just move into the level 2 group? Because when I was doing the shamanic drum training, there were women there from the level 2 group, and we got on like a house on fire. It was these women here from my group, I didn't even hardly chat to them once. And then these people that I've just met this day, that are more mature, more spiritually aware, more spiritually informed, we got on like a house on fire and was chatting. I recorded the whole thing so you can see, like, I'm just chatting with them through the whole 4 hours of this bloody recording. So I was like, can't I just move into the second group? But the second group have been with each other for 2 years. So me moving into a group that have already formed dynamics and relationships after 2 years wouldn't be good either. Plus, I'd be missing a whole year worth of shamanic training. And what Tracy's saying is, from an accreditation point of view, I wouldn't gain the accreditation if I haven't gone through the full course. So the alternative option was, what I said to her in the beginning, is to do it one-to-one. So we've agreed on this one-to-one in October. But I've got a video in that's already up that I recorded in July, on the 10th of July 2025, when I just got back from Istanbul. And I was saying that I'm doing this shamanic practitioner's course, but my ancestors are telling me that actually I'm the trainer on the shamanic course. And even though I'm working with Stacey on this shamanic course, I'm going to be teaching Stacey, because the old way of dealing with shamanism, when I say the old way, as in this new Western way that we deal with shamanism, is not authentic shamanism. And that my ancestors are bringing through my blood lineage my shaman gifts, my shaman gifts. And these are the shaman, this is the shaman knowledge, this is the shaman intellect that I need to share with the world. So they've been telling me that from time. So I've already done a video of me saying that I'm on this course with Stacey, but my ancestors are telling me that Stacey's going to be learning from my course. And I'm like, who the fuck do I think I am? And it's not ego, because I'm not trying to put it out there. I don't think I'm better than Stacey. I'm on Stacey's course. I'm learning with Stacey. The 3D me knows my place, if you like. Spirit saying that's what my problem is, because what I think is my place is not my place. My place is my birthright, and my birthright is to be what they're saying I am. It's like I'm constantly in argument between my outward facing self and my internal self. My out facing self wants to keep myself small. My outward facing self doesn't want to be seen. My outward facing self doesn't want to ruffle anybody's feathers, doesn't want to step on anybody's toes, doesn't want to take the light away from anybody else. It's quite happy being in the darkness, in the shadows, sitting down, catching, keeping themselves to themselves, living in a fucking hut. And then my subconscious self is like, bitch, what are you talking about? I need to alchemize so I can stop bloody crying. I just heard, what am I afraid of? Shall I be honest with you? Shall I be completely honest with you? I've been prosecuted. Prosecuted. It feels like I've been prosecuted in every single fucking lifetime. And even in this lifetime, my whole life, to me, it's just felt like people want to bring me down a peg or two. They constantly want to bring me down a peg or two. I'm so high on the instep, they want to bring me down a peg or two. You know what I mean? So I'm constantly challenged. I'm constantly prosecuted. I'm constantly shunned. I'm constantly excluded. I'm constantly talked about. And it's not just this lifetime. It's so many lifetimes prior to this lifetime that I'm just, it's almost like I'm weak with it. I'm weak with it. What's the point standing up if they're constantly just dragging you down? You might as well just stay down. And I think I've lived in that energy for so many lifetimes. And then now that I'm trying to, not trying to as in me, but my higher self, spirit, the almighty, it's like you gotta get up. You gotta get up and you gotta fight. You gotta get up and you gotta fight. And even though there's risk of prosecution, and even though there's risk of murder, and even like constantly, this is the energy around me. Constantly, people want to get me, people want to fight me, people want to come for me. Fuck off. And it's kind of like, am I going to subject myself to this bullshit energy? Because you can't do me nothing anyway. You can't do me nothing anyway. So I don't understand why I choose to live in this fear. And I don't. When my higher self comes through, I don't live in fear. I roar blood. I roar. I'm constantly, like, I talk like this because I can back it up. I'm not a dickhead. I'm not no idiot. I'm not a small timer. I'm a big timer. I hold my own. You get what I'm trying to say? I hold my own. I do for myself. I don't rely on nobody. And I walk tall and I walk strong. So I practice what I preach. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And because that's who I am inside, subconsciously, and even though I feel like I'm hiding away in the shadows and nobody can't really see who I am, do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, I feel like I'm not seen, but that's not the truth. People see me. And when they see me, they come for me. They come for me. But half of them don't come for me in my face. They come for me behind my back. You know what I'm saying? They come for me behind my back. And sometimes it just gets energetically tiring. You know what I'm saying? And they're saying to me that it's not about being energetically tired anymore. It's about you're leading the pack, the ancestors, divine, everybody is reliant on you. And I think sometimes I just feel like I've got so much pressure on me. You know what I mean? And then there are times when I feel like, no, I walk in that blood clot energy. I walk in that energy. I'm the Almighty's biggest warrior. Whatever you want me to do, consider it done. Wherever you want me to go, consider it done, blood. I don't ram. This year, I've been to 5-6 countries, you know. I've been to 6 countries this year. And I went to every single one of those countries alone, knowing that I was going on a dangerous mission for the Almighty, knowing that there was a possibility of blood clot death. Seriously? Seriously? There wasn't one mission where I wasn't in some type of life and death, running for my life situation. Seriously. To my shamanic teacher, he's like, no, I need to speak to your ancestors. What's going on? What's going on? This is too much for one person. This is too much for one person. So I know it's a real thing. I know what I'm experiencing is real in the 3D and in the 5D. Every night I go to bed, I'm warring. I'm warring in my blood clot sleep. I'm warring in the 4D. I'm warring with extraterrestrials. I'm warring with entities. Every single day. Every fucking day of my life. And they're just saying to me, yeah, that's what it fucking is. And what? Get on with it. And I do. I really do. I get on with it. I don't moan about it and I don't complain about it. I think it's like I've been waiting for somebody to fucking save me. I've been waiting for somebody to save me and nobody ain't saving me apart from me to Bumbleclot. I'm the saviour. Imagine. I'm the blood clot saviour. Let me get some tissue. Oh, just put the olive oil on my face. In fact, you know what? It's getting quite dark, isn't it? Why aren't you coming up? Give me a second. That's okay. Okay, let me get my shit together. They said pull some. Pull some cards, which I don't usually do, if I'm honest. Okay, easy. This is a new deck, as in it's still in the original box, but my actual Rider-Waite deck is under the thingy. Do you know what? I think I'll do a video and show you my what is the matter with this light? You just want to be doing your own thing today. Just sit still. Oh, that's too purple. Yeah, just stay there. I do, I bring out my shamanic cloth and do it with some curry shells. Nine of Swords, up at night thinking, and I am. And you know what the thing is, like, I'm up at night, and it's not that I'm up at night, it's like throughout the night, all I can hear is my thoughts. I'm constantly chatting to myself, even when I'm sleeping, I'm still chatting, like the levels of conversation that are happening in my head, to the point where I'm like coming out, I'm like, can't you guys just shut up for a minute, please? Not literally shut up, but bloody hell, you're still at it. And then I've gone back down and I'm woke up by the talking. I'm like, constant. King of Pentacles. That's not bad. Queen of Pentacles. Reverse Lovers. Reverse Six of Wands. Reverse Star. King of Swords. Reverse Hermit. Queen of Swords reversed. Ten of Swords upright. The Devil reverse. The Tower reverse. Two of Pentacles upright. Nine of Swords reversed. Six of Cups reversed. Hangman, New Perspectives. Five of Pentacles reverse. That's good. Six of Pentacles reverse. That's fair. Page of Swords reverse. I'm very glad. Page of Pentacles reverse. Very good. Seven of Pentacles reverse. Well, that, if you look at it as the hard work, because the Seven of Pentacles is about hard work and labor, and if it's in reverse, it means that I'm hoping it's about the hard work being over. And you know what? Judgment. But Judgment's in reverse. Why is Judgment in reverse? Because you're not being judged. Okay. Six of Swords moving away. New waters to the world. Page of Wands in reverse. Thank God for that. High Priestess upright. Ten of Wands reverse. Put your burdens down. Four of Pentacles reverse. No more penny pinching, man. Fuck. Ten of Cups. Alright. Wish fulfillment. Wounded Warrior reversed. Two of Swords upright. Moon upright. What's in the darkness will come into the light. Chariot reversed. No longer being pulled in two directions. I hope so, because my subconscious and my conscious, the out-facing me and the internal me, are on, so they've been on two different fucking realities, man. Two different realities, and I just need it to be one reality. I just need one reality. So I'm hoping it is Chariot in reverse, because this being pulled in two different directions is not working for me. Hierophant in reverse. That means there's no teacher. That's what I see that as in a leader. Ten of Cups. Alright. That's brilliant. It's beautiful. Queen of Cups reverse. And that's not a bad thing, because I can't be this emotional person anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like, not that I can't be, because, you know, don't get me wrong, You can't give up your emotions or anything like that. But at the same time, it's not about taking an emotional stance to it. So for example, my dad being in hospital, I can fall into an emotional link about him being in hospital, where actually no, I need to take a logic approach. And what my ancestors have been showing me for how long is that this pussy hole has been working against me for lifetimes. And I don't care. I don't care if it can't be proved in the 3D, even though it can be. You know what I mean? Because as my father, where have you been? Where have you been? My mum raised me as a single parent, and even when I come look for you properly at the age of 14, what have you done for me? What have you added in my life? Nothing. You just took away. Apart from babysitting my kids when I've needed to go to work or have a meeting or something like that. Realistically, what has there been? Nothing. I've had this man working in my business, getting paid. I've done courses for him. I've put him on. My dad has a deputy headship qualification. You understand me? And he ain't gone through the schools that I've gone through. And this is what I'm trying to say. Like, I've put pearls in the hands of swines, and that's my downfall. 100% spirit. Pentacles. It's the slowest. It's one of the slowest moving. But again, Knight of Pentacles. I don't want a knight. Yeah, knights are not for me. Magician upright. A magician is for me. Pages, I don't want to know. Justice upright. Thank God for that. Thank God for that. Thank God for that, man. Justice served. 5 of Swords, or is it 7 here? 5 of Swords, that's good. No more people fighting against me to bomb a cloud. Knight of Cups is upright, but again, I don't want a small offer of love from any wannabe king. A knight ain't even a king. I don't want a king. I don't want a page. I don't want a knight. I don't want a king. I want a magician. I want an emperor or a magician. You know what I mean? Even consider your argument to bomb a clerk. Page of Cups reverse. Like I said, I don't want small offers of love. Death in reverse, which is a bad thing, I think. I'm the death card. The death card is the 13th card. It also represents Scorpio, which is just about transformation and change. It's not about literal death. Yes, it is about a death, because if there's a change, it means that a door has closed or something has ended in order for something new to come in. So it's a death in that respect. You know what I mean? But it's not scary like death. The scariest card in the tarot deck to me is the fucking Tower. Every time I've had a Tower come over, my God. You know what I mean? And you saw that I had the Tower, but the Tower was in reverse. So I was like, thank God. I go back in and show you quickly. It was at the beginning that the Tower came out reverse. Here it is. Oh, sorry, that was Judgment. Let me go back. There it was. The Tower was in reverse. This is the scariest death. To me anyway, if this comes out in your reading upright, motherfucker, pay attention, please. I beg ya. To me, that's the scariest card in the blood clot deck, man. Death card's fine. You get what I'm trying, but it's in reverse. But again, they're telling me that I don't need to change anything this morning. I just need to be consistent. So, 3 of Cups is about unions and celebrations. It's in reverse. There's no union. There's no unions. Bye. Bye. Everybody from the past is in the past. Look at that. Fighting in reverse. People fighting against me. But also, don't get me wrong, in the upright, this can also be that you are victorious because you are on top of your enemies fighting. But in reverse, I'm just going to say no blood clot fighting whatsoever. I'm not fighting them. You've also got walking away in reverse, which is the 8th of Cups. You know what I'm saying? Walking away in reverse. Why is walking away in reverse? Because you're not walking away from everything that you needed to walk away from. You've walked away from. There's nothing to walk away from now. Okay. Oh, I got the Emperor in reverse. But I got the Magician in the upright. So I'm not going to cry about it. King of Wands in reverse, thank God. With his little Willy. Ten of Pentacles upright. This is family. This is abundance. This is, you know what I mean. This is good times. So that's good. Eight of Wands in reverse. This is fast communication coming in. No communication, which is very good. I've got the Seven of Pentacles. So what did I say was the other one before? Because I'm sure I said one was the Seven of Pentacles, as in the hard work is over. So what was that in reverse before? Can't even see a Pentacles card. I thought I read the Seven of Pentacles. Anyway, Seven of Pentacles, that means there's still work to be done. But I'm a master at it. I'm a master at my craft. I've been doing it so long that I can do it in my fucking sleep. And that is the truth. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Why is the Wheel of Fortune in reverse? Do I not have the fortune to decide what it is that I want? No, destiny is already written. Okay. King of Swords reverse, thank God. Four of Swords upright, thank God. Rest. Meditation. Contemplation. Going within. Being at peace. Four of Swords. Two of Cups, the Lovers upright. It speaks for itself. Oh, Five of Cups upright. Paying attention to what I've lost rather than what I've gained, and that is true. That's me throwing myself a pity party, ain't it? I want to hide. I don't want to step out in the light. I've been prosecuted. Poor me, poor me. Fuck off. Excuse my French. Fuck off. It's time to realise that 3 cups, you might have been prosecuted and 3 cups are lying down, but look behind you, rude girl. 2 cups are still standing. Pay attention. 4 of Cups in reverse. In the upright, it means that you're not seeing an opportunity. In the reverse, it means that you are aware of opportunities, and I am. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. That's fine. Ace of Swords in reverse. That in upright, it means that it's the truth basically. Aces are the sword of the Ace of Swords is about the truth. What you're talking about is truth. Swords are air, which is communication. And in this one, I just heard Spirit says you're lying to yourself, and I am obviously I'm lying to myself. I'm lying to myself. I'm lying to myself. And the reason why I'm lying to myself is because I have one self that wants to hide away in the darkness and not be seen. And I have another self that wants to get up in the light and be seen. So it is a lie. When I say I don't want to be seen, I'm lying. Because I do want to be seen. And when I say I do want to be seen, there's an element of me that's lying because I don't want to be seen. It's that chariot, isn't it? It's the white horse and the black horse. It's almost like being split in two. Knight of Cups in the upright. You can fuck off. The Empress in the reverse. Because I'm not the Empress. I'm already the High Priestess. It already showed. And remember, I had the Emperor in reverse too. And the Emperor and the Empress go together. That's the father and the mother. That's Aries and Cancer. I'm not the Empress. I'm not the Empress. I'm the High Priestess. Temperance is in reverse, which is true because we're talking. Temperance is about balance, about equilibrium, alchemization. It's in reverse because I've got 2 composing sides of myself that are both saying they want different things. Two of Wands in reverse. Now, in the upright, this is about a new horizon, a new journey, I want to understand why is it in reverse. Val, I've just pulled the Two of Wands and it's come out in reverse. Why do you think that is?
So the Two of Wands reversed often suggests a bit of hesitation or feeling unsure about which direction to take. It might mean you're rethinking a plan or just feeling like you're not quite ready to step forward yet. It's not a bad sign, just a nudge to reassess or trust your timing. So take a breath, reflect, and adjust if needed.
You see, it doesn't that just sum up the whole fucking video?
It really does.
Sorry. Seven of Swords in the upright. This is one of the worst cards, I think. Also, Seven of Swords. This is people fighting against you, but really, it's about people strategically trying to fight against you, and then thinking that they're gonna get away with it. They're not gonna get away with it. Ace of Wands, a new passion. This represents a dick, to be fair. You know what I mean? Like the Ace of Wands. It's a new passion, whatever coming in. But it's divinely coming in because that is the hand of God. We'll see. Ace of Cups, another one, the hand of God coming in with something new and fresh. This is emotion, this is love. You know, cups, let it runneth over. So these two together are not bad. Okay, let's see what chat says. Stay good. Chat, I've just pulled out the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups. How would you interpret those two cards together?
Oh, that's a beautiful combination. The Ace of Wands is all about a burst of inspiration, new energy and potential. The Ace of Cups speaks to emotional renewal, love, or a heart-opening experience. Together they suggest a powerful new beginning, where passion and creativity align with deep emotional fulfillment. It's like your head and heart are both lighting up for something truly meaningful.
Fool in the upright, that's beautiful. I love the Fool card. So your Fool card is like taking a leap of faith. That's why he's at the edge of a cliff. Yeah, because he's blinded. Like, don't get me wrong, in the tarot actual card meaning, the Fool, which they say is card 0, is like you on your first journey, stepping out of your mum and dad's yard and now going to adventure in the world. You don't know nothing about love. You don't know nothing about heartache. You don't know nothing about Seven of Swords, backstabbing. You don't know nothing. You're just fresh and you're just green and you're just naive and you're just ready for it. You know what I mean? It's a little bit like that. But basically it just means taking a leap of faith. King of Cups in reverse. We're completely happy with that. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. I don't think I'm happy with that, to be fair. Because realistically, Pentacles means money. But at the same time, abundance comes in many different forms. It doesn't always have to be materialistic. Knight of Wands in reverse. Happy with that. Three of Pentacles in reverse. Happy with that because this ain't no apprenticeship, man. This is the real deal. And Seven of Cups in reverse. Don't get me wrong. That can also mean a lack of opportunities. But to be honest, it's not a bad thing right now there being a lack of opportunities when there are so many opportunities already on the table. I need to just be consistent with the opportunities that have already been presented for me. So that is 72 cards read. And to be honest, I think it summed up where I am quite nicely.
It sounds like you've done such a thoughtful reflection. You've really embraced the balance, acknowledging where you're content and where you want to refine. Trusting your journey and those opportunities sounds like a great next step.
Okay. So even though my first journey wasn't what I expected in terms of being sent down they told me to call my son at 3 o'clock. They told me to call him today at 3 o'clock. I don't even know if he's going to be awake because I'm sure he says to me that he was working New Year's Eve because he had Christmas off. So, but this is to call him at 3, so I'm going to be obedient and I'm going to call him at 3. Going to bring all these back downstairs. So I think that's been some interesting shamanic journeying today. I wasn't expecting it to lead to tears or a tarot reading or anything like that. As I said, I will at some point, if not today, then I definitely will throw cowrie shells so you can see what that looks like too. Spirit says to show you the Asherah tarots. You've probably seen them already, but these ones are I bought these I think back in 2021, you know, because my cousin Farah was telling me about them. She's like, oh, have you seen the Asherahs? Have you seen the Asherah cards? Blah 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 blah. So I watched the whole video on them of this man in it's like he came from Brazil or something, and he was explaining these tarot cards, which are completely different to the normal Rider-Waite tarot. Like this one here, this is the Fool card, and I just showed you the Fool in the normal Rider-Waite desk. This is the Fool card in the Orishas, and this represents Papa Legba. Now Papa Legba is the gatekeeper. He's the gatekeeper. So when I pray, I will give recognition to Papa Legba. Yeah, because they say that you don't get to the other Orishas without acknowledging this Orisha first. That's what I was taught when I was initiated into the Orishas. And Papa Legba represents himself as an old man, and he represents himself as a young boy. Yeah, so when you're dealing with him in terms of offerings, he likes sweets and stuff like that because of the young nature within him. But he also likes things like coffee and stuff like that in terms of offerings that you can make to get his attention, basically. Or, you know, but he's, as a gatekeeper, it's almost like he's also a trickster. He's like somebody you go to, like the way it was explained to me, it's like having one of those uncles that you can chat to. I've never had an uncle that you can chat to, so I don't know about that, but an elder gentleman, if you like, that you can talk to and confide in. That's kind of the energy of your Papa Legba, but he's represented as the Fool in this deck, you know. And then this is the Strength card, which in the normal Rider-Waite card, the Strength card is represented by a woman taming a lion, or at least it appears that way, because she's holding the lion by his mouth, and the lion hasn't bitten her. The lion isn't wilding out with her or anything like that. This is the Judgment card. Imagine this is the Judgment card, which is beautiful. And you look at it, you think, why have they put a vulture as a Judgment card? Well, it's more than just a vulture, because if you look at his tail has a peacock, and the peacock represents Isis.